Who is a born leader? Is there something called as a born leader? Well, there can be contrasting opinions, but that's okay. We respect everyone. But in my view, well, it's difficult to say that there is a born leader or not. And I'll tell you the reason why. When someone is said that he or she is a born leader, how do you say that? Is that person born with some leadership qualities, or do they indicate in the course of their careers that they are born with certain qualities which indicate that they are born leaders? Well, it's difficult to say that. For me, it is difficult to say that. Well, right through our careers, obviously, when we progress, we start improving, whether be it a corporate field or a sports field, there are certain qualities that others around us pick up and say, fine, they are very good performers. So it's more of being performers in that role rather than saying leaders in that role, correct? As the person starts performing, you start giving that individual more responsibilities, more roles to handle. Not only in the specific field that they are doing their good job, but an additional responsibility. Be in a corporate field, you probably might just say, fine, handle not only just one region, you can handle 2 regions. In the field of sport, I might just be told that, fine, I know that I'm a batter, but I must start finishing up the games as well, taking that batting responsibility towards finishing the games as a winning team member as well. So that's an additional responsibility given. Or maybe a bowling responsibility comes in handy as well as batting responsibility. So there are certain roles that get added on in due course of the time which just indicate, well, they are performers. If that performance that is additional given to them as a player, you start performing well, you give a thumbs up. Excellent, good job done. And you say, fine, this person can be looked at as a leader. But if that doesn't work, be it in a corporate field or in the sports field, you give them a thumbs down. Now they're crumbling under pressure. They can't handle 2 roles. They can't handle that extra bit of responsibility. So there are a lot of similarities in the field of sport and in the corporate field as well. I'm not talking about the similarities which of course are not there when you talk about the dynastic accession or maybe the accession in the family that you say you will go on and become a leader. But that's the difference in the field of sports. You always pick a leader or you always pick a person who's going to lead depending upon their performances, which of course you've seen them right through the course of their career and you've seen them progress onto that role. In the field of sport or the corporate world, of course, you want to pick the best in the business. Let's say in the field of cricket. We've always heard that the best player must become the captain of the team. That means in the first playing 11, there is a certainty of this player who will be picked, and so he or she should be the captain. All right, going by that theory, the judgment made for that player is, of course, from the outside world that you judge. What if that theory doesn't work? What if the team doesn't do well? What if the player doesn't do exceedingly well in that role? Does that make that player bad, or does that make that judgment ordinary? Well, there are certain ways to finding out whether that decision was right or not, or what could have been a better decision. No one can control that. Okay, let's move on to the next. You change the captain, you put another leader there, and you say, fine, we hope that the results go in our way, but they don't. Again, the team doesn't do well. Fine, bring in the third. The third player comes in and they start leading the side, and everything gets the perfect script that you actually want. The team is doing well, the player is doing well, and everyone around is exceedingly happy with the results. So would you say that this player, the third pick, is a born leader? While I do agree that there are a lot of factors which do determine who can be a leader or what are the factors which allow a person to be identified with the leader. I'm not averse to it, and I'm not saying at all that there are not certain qualities which should be there in a person to be identified as a leader. I'm just asking, can a person be called as a born leader? What are those factors? I myself have been in that role where I've been identified as a leader and also debtored as a leader. All I'm asking is, can a person be said that he or she is a born leader? I don't think there's a right or a wrong, it's just an opinion. But what's yours? Do share your opinion and your view here as well. We'd love to interact and we'd love to hear that.